disappointing for me.
Is the offensive line as much in flux as it seems? Not as a problem, but just the uncertainty.
No, I don't think so. I think we set out, and it's like any other spring, you set out to do two things: develop guys fundamentally, all right, and then get some depth, develop some depth. And I think we accomplished both of those things unbelievably.
Like Isaiah started off at, sorry about this. Isaiah started off at right, then moved to left. Now back at right for the spring game. Where's the tackles?
Again, that's part of it. That's part of the deal. It's not as much as Isaiah doing it because he can play both. It's where the two young guys, where Allaby and Thayer comes along, and getting Bowen. Bowen was out, Michael Jordan was out, so those guys weren't in there. So it was. I had some good depth there, but now just providing where the other guy fits because Isaiah can do both. So how does that work, and where does that mesh? That's what we went through the whole spring trying to find out. We got a pretty good idea now. So when Bowen comes back and Michael comes back, and we'll be really good at it.
Do you come out of this with Thayer as the left tackle, or is that not set?
I wouldn't say that's set yet, but that's pretty close to being true. Josh Allaby had a tremendous spring. A tremendous spring. Probably as good as anybody had in his improvement in fundamentals and his improvement of knowledge and becoming an offensive lineman. So he's working at that left tackle spot just like Thayer is. And both of them had great springs.
But your expectation is that Isaiah stays on the right side?
For right now.
And
yeah.
Why did that? Because it seemed like at the beginning he was going to be the left tackle. Why did that change? And how did
Well,
that change?
again, because of the two young guys. Where's the best fit for those two guys? All right, those two kids coming in, were they better on the left side? Were they better on the right side? And so we just kind of mix and match to see how they came along. And they came along to being better on the left. And Isaiah obviously has got 2,000 reps on the right side, so he's more comfortable there. So it comes down to, and then I like Isaiah working beside Demetrius too. I think that combination is really, really good. Those two guys play well beside each other. They work well together, and the other guy's on the other side. So it just, it was a testing combination, and that's what you want to do. You want to get out and find out. And we absolutely found out.
How did Isaiah take that? Because he seemed very eager to want to play that left side.
Oh, he is. Isaiah wants to be the best. That's the one thing about him. That's the most beautiful thing about him. He learned that from Jamarco, and he wants to be the best. He doesn't care where he's playing. Coach, I want to be the best. I want to be the best I can possibly be. And here's my weaknesses in the spring. Let's go attack these and get this done. And we did. That's his. And you know what? It's really all their attitudes. They want to play and they want to become great players. That's the bottom line. And again, that comes down from Pat, from Jamarco, from Billy. That attitude of Pat and Billy playing multiple positions. Our guys have no problem playing multiple positions, and that's how it should be.
Working on the assumption that Brandon and Michael will be healthy. Do you know who your five would be if you played tomorrow?
Nope.
Okay.
Be pretty good though.
Do you know your center, Greg?
I don't. That battle's continuous. Both those guys are playing well. Josh Myers really the last 2 weeks was outstanding. Struggled the first two, but the last 2 weeks, including in the spring game, he was outstanding. And Brady's been steady. So those two guys are going to go right in through the summer, right into camp, battling it out for that spot.
Is there any negative to not knowing this? We hear about that position being right up there with quarterback for Urban Meyer. Is there any uncertainty for you that you don't know that?
No.
That you take that battle into training camp?
Not at all. Absolutely not. There's no concern about that because I see how those kids are progressing and I see how they're improving. And I know the one thing to get the best out of guys is competition. If you're the guy, I'm complacent now, I'm the guy. No, you're not the guy. You're not the guy. You're going to strive and grind and work every single day to solidify that position. And the guy that goes in is going to be really good.
How was Josh Myers better in those last 2 weeks?
I think his understanding. I think one thing is his snap consistency got better. We grade that every day on a chart so they know he was all over the place because he was trying to snap the ball and make all the blocks that we do. So that was new for him for the first time. And so I think towards the end he got consistent with snapping the ball. He was on target with those kind of things. And now he understands what he has to do. He understands all the pressure of making the calls, setting the fronts. And so the more and more he went on, he got 600 some reps. That's outstanding. And the fact that he got through it and the spring game was his best outing, that's exactly what we were hoping to accomplish, and we did.
Do you feel like a lot of positive things to say about Malcolm Pridge, and where does he fit into all of this?
I'm telling you again, that's what spring was about. And Malcolm's learning curve was a little bit slower. And now he, again, with Michael being out, he got thrown in there. He again had 600 some reps, and that repetition and that work, what it does with Malcolm, a guy that hasn't played, it develops some confidence and consistency. And you can see him when he walks out here now. There's no joke. He's a big, powerful man. So when you get that guy going on the right track and he has confidence in doing what he's doing, which he does now after those reps, I couldn't be more excited about him. That's going to be a battle there, too, to find a place for that guy to play.
Do you feel like you have to have a set five that plays every play, or could you see rotating some of these guys above the depth you have?
You really want to be able to rotate guys if you can. Now, the other thing about offensive line play, as you say that, is you have to get a cohesive unit working together too. I don't want to just pull guys out for the sake of pulling them out, but the ability to have depth when if a guy gets a break, when a guy gets dinged, which happens just about every game. So to put a guy in there and know you're not going to drop off a level of play, that's outstanding. That's the confidence, and it gives those younger guys who may not be the starter, and obviously you can only start 5. So some of these guys that are really good aren't going to start. But if they have a role to go in there and play, and they're needed at a certain time, that keeps the depth, that develops the cohesiveness. That's all the things that you want.
Hey, Greg, during